Hello, and welcome to another week of live play readings. Tonight, we're pleased to present The Merry Wives of Windsor. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've been here a few times. Are you going to be doing all of the Shakespeare plays? Well, the answer is we're going to be doing as many as we can, as many as you want to hear, and we're going to be doing some other plays that aren't Shakespeare as well. What we have coming up in addition to our Shakespeare is a brand new series called the Baskerville series. That is an adaptation of The Hound of the Baskervilles, and that is being released every Monday, 2 chapters, maybe 3 chapters at a time. And that has been adapted by TJ Reisner, our technical director. And that is Monday evenings at 7 o'clock. So the first 2 chapters are already recorded on our Facebook page and our YouTube. And you can go ahead and give those a listen to and join us next Monday and catch the next installment. I am the artistic director of Zenith Players. My name is Claire, and I am very excited to announce that next Saturday, we will be doing All's Well That Ends Well. So I hope you join us for that as well. If you're at all interested in joining us for one of our play readings, please email casting@zenithplayers.com or send us a Facebook message. Our technical director will get back to you. I'd like to announce that all of our marvelous actors that you will be hearing tonight are joining us from the comfort of their own homes. We are being safe, we are social distancing, and that's kind of what brought us about. We are not able to proceed with rehearsing our current production, 12th Night. So we decided to start online readings, and now it's become kind of a weekly thing. And I am so happy to announce that between our Sonnet Slam and other readings, we have had actors from all across the United States, as well as Europe and Australia, join us. So that's just been a fantastic experience. I'd like to send a special shout out to all those who donated to our Sonnet Slam to benefit Feeding America. It was hugely successful, and it is actually still open for a few more hours. So if you want to donate to Feeding America, and that's an organization that helps provide assistance to food banks throughout the country, it would be very helpful. And you can find more excuse me, you can find more information about that at our Facebook page. Please also check out our website, zenithplayers.com. Feel free to check out our very attractive donations page. And I would like to also send a special thank you to Shakespeare Approves, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. He is performing once again with us this evening. He actually has a show coming up. Let me pull that right up here. That is Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins. And that is going to be Wednesday, May 13th at 7 o'clock. So I hope you are able to join him. That is a family-friendly show, and it's always a great time. And he is a fantastically talented actor and writer, and we always have a great time watching him. You can also check out his Patreon at patreon.com/Shakespeare. And we will be putting all of these links into the comment section of this video as well. If you would like more information about upcoming projects, you can visit zenithplayers.com. But for now, I will hand you over to Master Shakespeare, and Zenith Players presents The Merry Wives of Windsor.
The Zenith Players presents The Merry Wives of Windsor, written by William Shakespeare. Our dramatis personae this evening: Mistress Ford, played by Megan Coates. Ford, her husband, Jamel Lewis. Their servants, John and Robert, being played by Mauritius Lichtman and Robin Heisel. Mistress Page, played by Estelle Clark. Page, her husband, David Chulandandana. I beg your pardon, David Chulandandana. Anne, their daughter, Juliana Frasca. William, their son, Christian Recker. Dr. Caius, a French doctor, T.J. Reisner. Mistress Quickly, the doctor's housekeeper, Suze Stone. John Rugby, the doctor's manservant, Eleanor Bennett. Host of the Garter Inn, Justine D'Souza. Sir John Falstaff, an impoverished knight, played by Andrew Gallows. His servants, Robin, his page, Laura Calandrino. Baldolph, Bill Nutt. Pistol, Debbie Lockwood. and Nim, Sandra Levine. Fenton, a gentleman suitor to Anne Page, played by George Levine. Robert Shallow, a visiting justice of the peace, Noah Stanzione. Abraham Slender, his nephew, a young gentleman suitor to Anne Page, Michael Smith Gallo. Simple, Slender's servant, Shakira Cyril. And your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare as Sir Hugh Evans, a Welsh parson. Act 1, Scene 1. Enter Justice Shallow, Slender, and Sir Hugh Evans.
Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a Star Chamber matter of it. If he were 20, Sir John Falstaff, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
In the county of Gloucester, Justice of the Peace and Quorum.
I, Cussy Slender, and Castellarum.
Aye, and Ratalorum too, and a gentleman born master parson who writes himself Armigero in any bill, warrant, quittance, or obligation. Armigero!
Aye, that I do and have done any time these 300 years.
All his successors gone before him hath done it, and all his ancestors to come after him may. They may give the dozen white luces in their coat.
It is an old coat.
The dozen white louses do become an old coat well. It agrees well, passant. It is a familiar beast to man and signifies love.
The loose is a fresh fish, the salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter, cuz.
You may by marrying.
It is marring indeed, if he quarter it.
Not a whit.
Yes, par lady. If he has a quarter of your coat, there is but 3 skirts for yourself, in my simple conjectures, but that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff have committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
It is not meet the council hear a riot. There is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God, and not to hear a riot. Take your vehemence in that.
Ha! On my life, if I were young again, the sword shall end it.
It is better that friends is the sword and ended. And there is also another device in my brain, which peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page? She has brown hair and speaks small, like a woman?
That is that very person for all the world, as just as will you desire, and 700 pounds of moneys and gold and silver is her grandsire upon his deathbeds, God deliver to a joyful resurrection, give when she is able to overtake 17 years old. If it were a good motion, we leave our pribbles and prabbles and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her 700 pounds?
Aye, and her father is make her a petter penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds? Ooh, and possibilities is good gifts.
Well, let us see, honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a liar as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight Sir John is there, and I beseech you be ruled by your well-willers. I will peat the door for Master Page. What ho! God bless your house here.
Who's there?
Here is God's blessing, and your friend, and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventures shall tell you another tale, if matters grow to your likings.
I'm glad to see your worships well. I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good may it do your good heart. I wish your venison better. It was ill killed. How doth good Mistress Page? And I thank you always with my heart. La, with my heart.
Sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you. By yes and no, I do.
I'm glad to see you too, good Master Slender.
How does your fallow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was outrun at Costal.
It could not be judged, sir.
You'll not confess it. You'll not confess it.
That he will not. 'Tis your fault. 'Tis your fault. 'Tis a good dog.
A cur, sir.
Sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there more be said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here?
Sir, he is within. And I could do a good office between you.
It is spoke as a Christian ought to speak.
He hath wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. Is that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, indeed he hath. That word he hath. Believe me, Robert Shallow Esquire saith he is wronged.
Here comes Sir John.
Now, Master Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king?
Knight, you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter.
Tut a pin. This shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. Now, this is now answered.
The council shall know this.
'Twere better for you if it were known in council. You'll be laughed at.
Park of herba, Sir John. Good words.
Good words, good cabbage, Slender. I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Marry, sir, I have matter in my head against you and against your coney-catching rascals, Bardolph, Nym, and Pistol.
You Banbury cheese!
Aye, it is no matter.
How now, Mephistopheles?
Aye, it is no matter.
Slice, I say. Bowker, a slice. That's my humor.
Where's Shallow, my man? Can you tell, cousin?
Peace, I pray you. Now, let us understand, there is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand. That is Master Page, Fidelecit, Master Page, and there is myself, Fidelecit, myself, and the tree party is lastly and finally mine host of the garter.
We 3 to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol.
He hears with ears.
The table in his tom! What phrase is this? He hears with ear! Why, is it affectations?
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye, by these gloves did he, or I might never come in mine own great chamber again else. Of 7 groats and mill sixpences and 2 Edward shovel boards that cost me 2 shilling and 2 pence apiece of Yed Miller. By these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol?
No, it is false. It is a pick purse.
Ha! Thou mounty foreigner! Sir John and Master mine, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. Word of denial in thy labrys here. Word of denial, froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves, then 'twas he.
Be advised, sir, and pass good humors. I will say merry trap with you if you run the Norfolk's humor on me. That is the very note of it.
By this hat, then, he is red in the face had it. For thou I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlet and John?
Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 sentences.
It is his 5 senses. Fie, what the ignorance is.
And being fat, sir, as they say, cashiered. And so conclusions pass the carriers.
You spake in Latin too then, but 'tis no matter. I never be drunk while I live again, but in honest, civil, godly company for this trick. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves.
So God urge me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen. You hear it.
Enter Anne Page with wine.
Nay, daughter, carry the wine in. We'll drink within.
Anne Page exits.
Oh, heavens. This is Mistress Anne Page.
Enter Mistress Ford and Mistress Page.
How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness.
All but Slender, Shallow, and Sir Hugh exit.
I had rather than 40 shillings, I had my book of songs and sonnets here. Oh, how now, Simple? Where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you?
Book of riddles? Why, did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake on All Alamus last, a fortnight before Michaelmas?
Come, coz, we stay for you. A word with you, coz. Marry this coz. There is, as 'twere, a tender, a kind of tender made afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that in reason.
Nay,
that is reason.
but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you, if you be capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you pardon me. He's a justice of the peace in his country, simple though I stand here.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
Aye,
there's the point, sir.
Marry, is it the very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page?
Oh, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demand.
But can you affection the omen? Let us command to know that of your mouth or of your lips, for divers philosophers hold that the lips is the parcel of the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your good will to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
I hope, sir, I will do as it shall become one that would do reason.
Nay, God's lords and his ladies, you must speak positable. If you can carry her, your desires towards her.
That you must. Will you, on good dowry, marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that, upon your request, cousin, in any reason.
Nay, conceive me, sweet coz. What I do is to pleasure you, coz. Can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request, but if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance. When we are married and have more occasion to know one another, I hope upon familiarity we'll grow more content. But if you say marry her, I will marry her, that I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It is a very discretion answer, save the fall is in the or dissolutely. The ert is, according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I might be hanged.
Enter Anne Page.
Here comes fair Mistress Page. Would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
Dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
Odds blessed will, I will not be absent at the grace. Sir Hugh and Shallow exit.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you, forsooth heartily. I am very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I'm not hungry. I thank you, forsooth. Go, Sirrah, for all you are my man. Go wait upon my cousin Shallow. A justice of the peace sometime may be beholding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men and a boy yet, till my mother be dead. But what though? Yet I live like a poor gentleman born.
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit till you come.
Faith, I'll eat nothing. I thank you as much as though I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I had rather walk here. I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day while playing at sword and dagger with a master of fence. 3 pennies for a dish of stewed prunes. By my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why do your dogs bark so? Be there bears in this town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I shall as soon quarrel at it as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
Aye, indeed, sir.
Well, that's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Sackerson loose 20 times and have taken him by the chain, but I warrant you, the women have so cried and shrieked that it passed, but women indeed cannot abide them. They are very ill-flavored, rough things.
Enter Master Page.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come. We stay for you.
I'll eat nothing, I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie I shall not choose, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you, lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mistress Anne, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you, keep on.
Truly, I will not go. Truly, la, I will not do you that wrong.
I pray you, sir.
I'd rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong, indeed. La!
They exit. Act 1, Scene 2. Enter Sir Hugh Evans and Simple. Go your ways and ask of Dr. Caius's house which is the way. And there dwells one Mistress Quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his wringer.
Well, sir.
Nay, it is better yet. Give her this letter, and for it is an omen that altogether's acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you, pecan, I will make an end of my dinner. There's pippins and cheese to come. They exit. Act 1, Scene 3. Enter Sir John Falstaff, the host, Bardolph, Nym, Pistol, and Robin, Falstaff's page.
Mine host of the garter.
What says my bully Rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Truly, mine host, I must turn away some of my followers.
Discard bully Hercules cashier. Let them wag, not try.
I sit at £10 a week.
Thou'rt an emperor. Caesar, Kaiser, and Phaser. I will entertain Bardolph. He shall draw, he shall tap. Said I well, bully Hector?
Do so, good mine host.
I have spoke. Let him follow. Let me see the froth and lime. I am at a word. Follow.
Bardolph, follow him. A tapster is good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin, and weathered serving men a fresh tapster. Go, adieu.
The life I have desired, I will thrive.
Oh, base Hungarian wight, wilt thou the spigot wield?
The host and Bardolph both exit.
It was gotten in drink. Is not the humor conceited?
I am glad I am so acquit of this tinderbox. His thefts were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept not time.
Thy good humor is to steal at Minim's arrest.
And they, the wise it call, steal fall a fico for the phrase.
Well, sirs, I am almost out of tales.
Why then, let keeps ensue.
There is no remedy. I must coney-catch. I must shift.
Young ravens must have food.
Which of you know Ford in this town?
I ken the wight. He is of substance good.
My honest lads, I will tell you what I am about.
2 yards and more.
No quips now, Pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist 2 yards about, but I am now about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Fard's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, She gives the leer of an invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style and the hardest voice of her behavior to be Englished rightly is, I am Sir John Falstaff's.
He hath studied her well and translated her wit out of honesty into English.
The anchor is deep. Will that humor pass?
Now, the report goes, she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legion of angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her boy say I.
The humor rises. It is a good humor me the angels.
I have writ me here a letter to her, and here another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with most judicious oscillades. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
I thank thee for that humor.
Oh, she did so course o'er my exteriors with such a greedy intention that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like a burning glass. Here's another letter to her. She bears the purse too, and she is a region in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I will be chaiters to them both, and they shall be exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go, bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou this to Mistress Fard. We will thrive, lads, we will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? Then Lucifer take all.
I will run no base humor. Here, take the humor letter. I will keep the avior of reputation.
Hold, sirrah, bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my penance to these golden shores. Rogues, hence, avant, vanish like hailstones. Go, trudge, plod away. I' the hoof seek shelter pack. Falstaff will learn the humor of the age. French thrift, you rogues, myself and skirted page.
Falstaff
Let
and Robin
vultures
exit.
gripe thy guts, for gourd and fulton holds, and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. Tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack. Base Phrygian Turk.
I have operations in my head which will be humors of revenge.
Wilt thou revenge?
By welkin in her star.
With wit or steel?
With both the humors. I will discuss the humor of this love to Page.
And I to Ford shall sake unfold how Falstaff, varlet vile, his dove will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
My humor shall not cool. I will incense Page to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellowness, for the revolt of mine is dangerous. That is my true humor.
Thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee. Troop on.
They exit. Act 1, Scene 4. Enter Mistress Quickly and Simple.
What, John Rugby, I pray thee, go to the casement and see if you can see my master, Master Dr. Caius coming. If he do faith and find somebody in the house, here will be an old abusing of God's patience and the king's English.
I'll go watch.
Go, and we'll have a posset for soon at night in faith, and the latter end of the sea coal fire. An honest, willing, kind fellow, as ever servant shall come in house withal. And I warrant you, no telltale, nor no breed bait. His worst fault is he is given to prayer, and he is something peevish that way. Nobody but has his fault, but let that pass. Peter Simple, you say your name is?
Aye, for want of a better.
And for Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Does he not wear a great round beard like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth. He hath but a little wee face, with a little yellow beard, a cane-coloured beard.
A softly spirited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth. But he is as tall a man of his hands as is any between this and his head. He hath fought with a warner.
How say you? Oh, should we remember him? Does he not hold his head as if it were, and strut in his gait?
Yes, indeed, does he.
Well, heaven send Anne Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Evans I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish...
Out! Alas, here comes my master.
We should all be sergeant. Run in here. Good young man, go into this closet. He will not stay long. What,
Simple
John
exits.
Rugby? John! What, John, I say? Go, John. Go inquire of my master. I doubt he will not be well that he comes not home.
Rugby exits. She sings. Enter Dr. Caius.
What is you sing? I do not like these toys. Pray you, go and fetch me in my closet what you wear. A box. A green box. You intend what I speak? A green box.
Aye, forsooth, I'll fetch it for you. I'm glad he went not in himself. He had found the young man, he would have been horn mad.
Ma foi, c'est for sure. Oh, je me vais à la colle. Grande affaire.
Is it this, sir?
Oui, mets-la in mon pocket. Dépêche, quickly. Where is that knave, Rugby?
What, John Rugby, John?
Here, sir.
You are Jean Rugby, and you are Jacques Rugby. Come, take your rapier and come after my heel to the court.
'Tis ready, sir, here in the porch.
By my throat, I tarry too long. Odds me, que j'oublie. There is some simples in my closet that I will not for the world I shall leave behind.
Ah, me, I'll find the young man there and be mad.
Diable, what is in my closet? Villainy, larron, Rugby, my rapier.
Good master, be content.
Wherefore shall I be content?
This young man is an honest man.
What shall the honest man do in my closet, huh? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
I beseech you, be not so pragmatic. Hear the truth of it. He come here an errand to me from Parson Hugh.
Well?
Aye, forsooth, to desire her to...
Peace, I pray you.
Peace of your tongue. Speak of your tale.
To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mistress Anne Page for my master in the way of marriage.
This is all. Indeed, la, but I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire, and I need not.
Sir Hugh send you. Rugby, bear me some paper. Tarry you a little while.
I am glad he is so quiet. If he had been thoroughly moved, you should not have heard him so loud and so melancholy. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what good I can, and the very yea and the no is. The French doctor, my master, I may call him my master. Look at you. For I keep this house, and I wash, I wring, I brew, I break, I scour, I dress meat and drink, make the beds, and I do all for myself.
'Tis a great charge to come under one's body's hand.
Are you advised, oh, that? You shall find it a great charge, and be up early and down late, but notwithstanding to tell you in your ear, I would have no words of it. My master himself is in love with Mistress Anne Page. Notwithstanding that, I know Anne's mind. That's neither here nor there.
You, Jacques, give us this letter to Sir Hugh. By God, it is a challenge. I will cut his throat in the park, and I will teach a scurvy Jacques priest to meddle or make. You may be gone. It is not good you tarry here. By God, I will cut all his 2 stones. By God, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
Alas, he speaks for his friend.
It is no matter of that. Do you tell me that I shall have Anne Page for myself? By God, I will kill this Jacques priest, and I have appointed mine host of the Jater to measure our weapon. By God, I will myself have Anne Page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to prate. What the good year!
Rugby, come to the court with me. By God, if I have not Anne Page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby.
You shall have Anne.
Pius and Rugby exit.
Fool's head of your own. No, I know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I can do for her, I thank heaven.
Who's within there? Ho!
Who's there, I trow? Come near the house, I pray you.
Enter Fenton.
How now, good woman? How dost thou?
The better that it pleases your good worship to ask.
What's the news? How does pretty Mistress Anne?
In truth, sir, and she is pretty, and honest, and gentle, and one that is your friend. I can tell you by that way. I praise heaven for it.
Shall I do any good, thinkst thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Troth, sir, all is in his hands above, not without standing. Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Ay, marry, have I. What of that?
Well, thereby hangs a tale. Good faith, it is such another none, but I detest an honest maid as ever broke bread. We've had an hour's talk of that ward. I shall never laugh, but in that maid's company. But indeed, she is given too much alcohol and musing. But for you, well, go to.
Well, I shall see her today. Hold, there's money for thee. Let me have thy voice in thy behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? I faith that we will. And I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of the other wooers.
Well, farewell. I am in great haste now.
Farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman, but Anne loves him not, for I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon it! What have I forgot?
She exits. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Mistress Page, reading a letter.
What? Have I escaped love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am I now subject for them? Let me see. Ask me no reason why I love you, for thou love use reason for his physician. He admits him not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to, then, their sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha ha! Then there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. Would you desire better sympathy? Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, at the least, if the love of soldier can suffice, that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light, with all his might, for thee to fight John Falstaff. What a Herod of Jewry is this? O wicked world! One that is well nigh born to pieces with age to show himself a young gallant. What an unweighted behavior hath this Flemish drunkard picked. With the devil's name, out of my conversation. That he dares in this manner assay me. Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was then frugal of my mirth. Heaven forgive me. While I'll exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, and sure as his guts are made of pudding.
Enter Mistress Ford.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you. You look very ill.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do, then. Yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hang the trifle, woman. Take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles. What is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What? Thou liest. Sir Alice Ford, these knights will hack, and so thou shouldest not alter the article of gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I shall think the worse of fat men as long as I have an eye to make a difference of men's liking. And yet he would not swear, praised women's modesty, and gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words. But they can do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100th psalm to the tune of Greensleeves. What tempest I trow threw this whale with so many tons of oil in his belly ashore at Windsor? How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope till the wicked fire of lust have melted him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter, but that the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of ill opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter, but let thine inherit first. For I protest, mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank space for different names. Sure, more, and these are the second edition. He will print them, out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts in the press, when he would put us too. I had rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why, this is the very same. The very hand, the very words. What doth he think of us?
Nay, I know not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal, for sure, unless he knows some strain in me that I know not myself. He would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, you call it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So will I if he comes under my hatches. I'll never to see again. Let's be revenged on him. Let's appoint him a meeting. Give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine baited delay, till he hath pawned his horses to mine host of the Garter.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter! It would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Why, look, here he comes, and my good man too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause, and that I hope is unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
They talk aside. Enter Ford with pistol and page, with Nym.
Well, I hope it not be so.
Hope is a curdled dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Well, why, sir, my wife is not young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old, one with another, Ford. He loves the gallimaufry, Ford, perpend.
Love my wife.
With liver burning hot, prevent, or go thou, like Sir Actaeon he, with Ringwood at thy heels. Oh, odious is the name.
What name, sir?
The horn, I say, farewell. Take heed, have open eye, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, Ere summer comes or cuckoo birds do sing, away, Sir Corporal Nym. Believe it, page, he speaks sense.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
And this is true. I like not the humor of lying. He hath wronged me in some humors. I should have borne the humored letter to her. But I have a sword, and it shall bite upon my necessity. He loves your wife. There's the short and the long. My name is Corporal Nym, and I speak, and I avouch 'tis true my name is Nym, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu, I love not the humor of bread and cheese, and there's the humor of it. Adieu.
The humor of it, quoth he. Here's a fellow frights English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
And if I do find it, well.
I will not believe such a Catian, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
So a good, sensible fellow. Well.
Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, come forward.
How now, Meg?
Whither go you, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I melancholy? I am not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crochets in thy head now. Will you go, Mistress Page?
Have with you. You'll come to dinner, George. Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this partly night.
Trust me, I thought on her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter Anne?
Aye, forsooth, and I pray that how does thy good mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We have an hour's talk with you.
Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Mistress Quickly exit.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
Do you think there is a truth in them?
Hang 'em, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it. But these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men, very rogues. Now they be out of service.
Were they his men?
Marry they were.
I like it never the better for that. Does he lie at the garter?
Aye, marry does he. If he should intend this voyage toward my wife, I would turn her loose to him, and what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie in my head.
Do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident. I would have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Enter host of the garter.
Look, where my ranting host of the garter comes. There's either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
Come now, Bullyrook, not a gentleman. Cavalier Justice, I say.
Enter Shallow.
I follow, mine host, I follow. Good even and 20, good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand.
Tell him, Cavalier Justice. Tell him, Bullyrook.
Sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Caius, the French doctor.
Good mine, host of the garter, a word with you.
What sayst thou, my Bullyrook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think hath appointed them contrary places. For believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Shallow and Page talk aside.
Hast thou no suit against my knight, my guest cavalier?
None, I protest, but I'll give you a pottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him and tell him my name is Brooke, only for a jest.
My hand, bully. Thou shalt have egress and regress, said I well, and thy name shall be Brooke. It is a merry night. Will you go, Aeneas?
Have with you, mine host.
I have heard the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier.
Tut, sir, I could have told you more. In these times you stand on distance, your passes, staccatos, and I know not what. 'Tis the heart, Master Page, 'tis here, 'tis here. I have seen the time with my long sword. I would have made you 4 tall fellows skip like rats.
Here, boys, here. Shall we wag?
Have with you. I had rather hear them scold than fight.
Page, host, and Shadow exit.
Though Page be a secure fool and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty, yet I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise to sound Falstaff. If I find her honest, I lose not my labor. If she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
He exits. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Sir John Falstaff and Pistol.
I will not lend a penny.
Why, then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open.
Not a penny. I have been content, sir. You should lay my countenance to pawn. I have grated upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow Nim, or else you had looked through the grate like a jiminy of baboons, and I damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen, my friends, you were good soldiers and tall fellows. And when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took it to mine honour thou hadst it not.
Didst not thou share? Hadst thou not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason. Think'st thou thou'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I'm no gibbet for you. Go, a short knife and a throng to your manor of picked hatch go. You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You stand upon your honour? Why, thou unconfined baseness, it is as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honour precise. I myself sometimes leaving the fear of God on the left hand and hiding mine honour in the necessity, am fain to shuffle, to hedge, and to lurch. And yet you, rogue, will ensconce your rags, your cat-a-mountain looks, and your red lattice phrases, and your bull-bearing oaths under the shelter of your honour. You will do it or not do it? You?
I do relent. What would thou more of man?
Enter Robin.
Sir, here's a woman who'd speak.
Let her approach.
Enter Mistress Quickly.
Give your worship good morrow.
Good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and please your worship.
A good maid, then.
I'll be sworn as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe 3 the hearing.
There is one Mistress Ford, sir, I pray. Come a little nearer these ways. I myself dwell with Master Dr. Caius.
Well, on Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship, come a little nearer these ways.
I warrant thee, nobody hears. Mine own people, mine own people.
Are they so? God bless them and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she is a good creature. Lord, Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford. Come, Mistress Ford.
Marry, this is short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful, the best courtier of them all. When the court lay at Windsor, could you never have brought her to such a canary? Yet there have been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches. I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk and so rustling. I warrant you, in silk and gold, and in such elegant terms, and in such wine and sugar of the best and the fairest, that would have won any woman's heart, and I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given to me this morning, but I defy all angels in any such sort as they say, but in the way of honesty. And I warrant you, they could never get her in so much as a sip on a cup with the proudest of them all. And yet there have been earls, nay, is more pensioners, but I warrant you, all is one with her.
But what says she to me? Be brave, my good Shay Mercury.
Marry, she hath received your letter, for which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from the house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11?
Aye, forsooth, and then you can come and see the picture, she says. That Wathoff, Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's very jealousy, man. He leads a very frampled life with him. Good heart.
10 and 11. Woman, command me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well, but I have another messenger for you to worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you too. And let me tell you in your ear, she is not as fatuous a silver modest wife, and one, I tell you, that will not miss you morning nor evening prayer, as any in Windsor, whoever be the other. And she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time, and I never knew a woman who dote upon a man. Surely I think you have charms. Lie, yes is truth.
But I assure thee, setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessing on your heart for it.
But I pray thee, tell me this. Has Fard's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. That were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. Her husband has a marvelous affection to the little page, and truly Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she list, raise when she list, and all as she will. And truly she deserves it, for if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. And you must send her your page, no remedy.
Why, I will.
Nay, but do so then, and look you, he may come and go between you both, and in any case have a nay word, that you may know one another's mind, and that the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, have discretion as they may, and know the world.
Fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. I am yet thy debtor. Go along, or boy, go along with this woman.
Mistress Quickly and Robin exit.
This news distracts me.
This punk is one of Cupid's carriers. Clap on more sails, pursue, up with your fights. Give fire, she is my prize, or ocean whelm them all.
Pistol exits.
Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways, I'll make more of thy old boots than I have done. Will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the expense of so much money, be now gainer? Good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it may fairly done, no matter.
Enter Bardolph with wine.
Sir John, there's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you, and he acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Brooke is his name.
Aye, sir.
Call him in. Such brooks her welcome to me that o'erflows such liquor.
Bardolph exits.
Aha! Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, Have I encompassed you? Go to. Hiya!
Enter Baldolph with Ford, disguised as Brooke.
God bless you, sir.
And you, sir? Would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
You're welcome. What your will. Give us leave, drawer.
Baldolph exits.
Sir, I am a gentleman that have spent much. My name is Brooke.
Good Master Brooke. I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good Sir John, I sue for yours. Not to charge you, for I must let you understand I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion. For they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Troth, and I have a bag of money here troubles me. If you will help to bear it, Sir John, take all or half for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Speak, good Master Brooke. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar. I will be brief with you. And you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. I shall discover a thing to you wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfection. But, good Sir John, as you have one eye upon my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into the register of your own, that I may pass with a reproof the easier, since you yourself know how easy it is to be such an offender.
Very well, sir. Proceed.
There is a gentlewoman in this town. Her husband's name is Ford.
Well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed much on her, followed her with a doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every slight occasion that could but niggardly give me sight of her, not only bought many presents to give her, and have given largely to many to know what she would have given. Briefly, I have pursued her as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited either in my mind or in my means, mean I am sure I have received none, unless experience be a jewel, that I have purchased at an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this. Love like a shadow flies when substance love pursues, pursuing that flies, and flying what pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love then?
Like a fair house built on another man's ground, so that I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I have told you that, I have told you all. Some say that though she appear honest to me, yet in other places she enlargeth her mirth so far that there is shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my purpose. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, of great admittance, authentic in your place and person, generally allowed for your many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir!
Believe it, for you know it. There is this money. Spend it, spend more, spend all I have. Only give me so much of your time in exchange of it as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing, win her to consent to you. If any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
Oh, understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She's too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her with any detection in my hand, my desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. I could drive her then from the ward of her purity, her reputation, her marriage vow, and 1,000 other defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say you to it, sir? John?
Master Brooke, I will first make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. And last, as I am a gentleman, You shall, if you will, enjoy Fard's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John, you shall want none.
Want no Mistress Fard, Master Brooke, you shall want none. I shall be with her. I may tell you by her own appointment, even as you came in to me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time the jealous rascally knave, her husband, will be forth. Come you to me at night, you shall know how I spade.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Hang him, poor coquetly knave. I know him not, yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say jealous wittly knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favoured. I will use her as the key to the coquetly rogue's coffer, and there's my harvest home.
I would you knew Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue. I will starve him out of his wits. I will have with my cudgel. I shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold's horns. Master Brooke, thou shalt know I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night, Master Fard's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Brooke, shall know him for knave and cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
Falstaff exits.
What a damned Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is improvident jealousy? My wife hath sent to him, the hour is fixed, the match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, my reputation gnawed at. And I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names, Amamon sounds well, Lucifer, well, Barbison, well, yet they are devil's additions, the names of fiends. But cuckold, whittled, cuckold, the devil himself hath not such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife, he will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hugh the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my aquavitae bottle, or a thief to walk my ambling gelding than my wife with herself. And then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises, and what they think in their hearts they may affect. They will break their hearts, but they will affect. God be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock the hour. I will prevent this, detect my wife, be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Fie, cuckold, cuckold, cuckold.
Ford exits. Act 2, Scene 3. Enter Dr. Caius and Rugby.
Jacques Rugby?
Sir,
What is the clock, Jacques?
'tis past the hour, sir, that Sir Hugh promised to meet.
By God, he has saved his soul that he has no come. He has prayed his Bible well that he has no come. By God, Jacques Rugby, he is dead already if he be come.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
By God, the herring is not dead, so as I will kill him. Take your rapier, Jacques. I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Villainy, take your rapier.
Forbear, here's company.
Enter Page, shallow, slender, and the host of the god.
God bless thee, bully doctor.
God save you, Master Dr. Caius.
Now, good Master Doctor.
Give you good morrow, sir.
What be all you 1, 2, 3, 4 come for?
To see thee fight, to see thee fine, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thy pass, thy punto, thy stock, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montant. Is he dead, my Ethiopian? Is he dead, my Francisco? Ha, bully! What says my Esculapius, my Galilean, my heart of elder, huh? Is he dead, bully stale? Is he dead?
By God, he is the coward Jacques Priest of the world. He is not show his face.
Thou art a Castilian King Urinal Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you, bear witness that me have stayed 6 or 7, 2, 3 hours for him, and he has no come.
He is the wiser man, Master Doctor. He is a curer of souls, and you a curer of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is it not true, Master Page?
Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace.
Bodikins, Master Page, though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us. We are the sons of women, Master Page.
'Tis true, Master Shallow.
It will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. Caius, I am come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace. You have showed yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugh hath shown himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor.
Pardon, Guest Justice. A word, Monsieur Mockwater.
Mockwater? What is that?
Mockwater, in our English tongue, is valor, bully.
Oh, by God, then I have as much mockwater as the Englishman. Scurvy Jacques Dog Priest, by God, I will cut his ears.
You clapper clawly tightly, bully.
Clapper de claw? What is that?
That is, he will make the amends.
Ah, by God, me do lucky shall clapper the claw for me, by God, me will have it.
And I will provoke him to it, or let him wag.
I thank you for that.
And moreover, bully. But first, Master Guest and Master Page, and each Cavalier Slender, go you through the town to Fogmore.
Sir Hugh is there, is he?
He is there. See what humour he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
Adieu, good master.
Good Master
Good master.
Doctor.
Adieu, good master.
Page,
Doctor.
Shallow, and Slender exit.
By God, I will kill the priest, for he speak for a jackanape to Anne Page.
Let him die. Take my impatience, throw cold water on thy collar. Go about the field with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where Mistress Anne Page is, at a farmhouse a feasting, and thou shalt woo her. Cried game. Said I well?
By God, I thank you for that. By God, I love you, and I shall procure you the good guest, the earl, the knight, the lord, the gentleman, my patience.
For the which I will be thy adversary toward Anne Page. Said I well?
Oh, my God, 'tis good, well said.
Let us wag then.
Come at my heels, Jacques Rugby.
They exit. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. Enter Sir Hugh Evans with a book and a sword, and Simple carrying Sir Hugh's gown. I pray you now, good Master Slender Serving Man and friend Simple, by your name, which way have you looked for Master Caius that calls himself Doctor of Physic?
Marry, sir, the petty word, the park word, every way, old Windsor way and every way but the town way.
I most vehemently desire you will also look that way.
I will, sir.
He exits. Bless my soul, how full of colours I am, and trembling of mind. I shall be glad if he have deceived me. How melancholy as I am, I will knock his urinals about his knaves custard when I have good opportunities for the orc. Bless my soul. To shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. There we will make our pets of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies to shallow. Mercy on me, I have a great dispositions to cry. Melodious birds sing madrigals when I sat in Pebble, and 1,000 vagrant posies to shallow rivers to whose was melodious birds sing madrigals.
Yonder he is, sir. Coming this way, sir, you.
Welcome to Shadow Rivers to whose falls. Have him prosper the right. What weapons is he?
No weapons, sir. There comes my master, Master Shallow, and another gentleman from Frogmore, of the style this way.
Pray you, give me my gown, or else keep it in your arms. Enter a page, shallow and slender.
How now, Master Parson? Good morrow, good Sir Hugh. Keep the gamester from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful.
Ah, sweet Anne Page.
God save you. Good, Sir Hugh.
God bless you from his mercy's sake, all of you.
What's the sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
And youthful still. In your doublet and hose this raw rheumatic day?
There is reasons and causes for it.
We are come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Very well. What is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike, having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
Well, I have lived 80 years and upward. I never heard a man of his place, gravity, and learning so wide of his own respect.
What is he?
I think you know him. Master Dr. Caius, the renowned French physician.
God's will and passion of my heart. I had his life, you would tell me a mess of porridge.
Why?
Yet he has no more knowledge in Hippocrates and Galen, and he is a knave, besides a cowardly knave, as you would desires to be acquainted with all.
I warrant you, he's the man should fight with him.
Oh, sweet Anne Page.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes Dr. Caius.
Enter the host, Dr. Caius and Rugby. Caius and Sir Hugh offer to fight.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
So do you, good Master Doctor.
Let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and hacker English.
Page and Shallow disarm Caius and Sir Hugh.
I pray you let me speak a word with your ear. Wherefore will you not meet me?
Pray you use your patience. In good time.
By God, he was a coward, the jackdog, John Ape.
Pray you, let us not be laughingstocks to other men's humors. I desire you in friendship, and I will one way or another make you amends. But Yeshu, I will knock your urinal about your knave's cogscomb.
Diable! Jacques Rugby, mine host is out there. Have I not stay for him to kill him? Have I not at the place I did appoint?
I am a Christian's soul. Now look you, this is the place appointed. I'll pay judgment by a pine host of the garter.
Peace, I say, Italian, Gaul, French and Welsh, so cure and body cure.
That is very good, excellent.
Yeah.
Peace, I say. Hear mine, host of the garter. Am I politic? Am I subtle? Am I Machiavel? Shall I lose my doctor? No, he gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and the no-verbs. Give me thy hand, terrestrial, so. Give me thy hand, celestial, so. Boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burnt sack be the issue. Come, lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lads of peace. Follow, follow, follow.
The host exits.
For God and ad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Ah, sweet Anne Page.
Do I perceive that? Have you made a sort of us?
This is well. He has made us his vaunting stag. I desire you that we may be friends, and let us knock our brains together to be revenge on this small. I am not even Welsh anymore. On the same scurvy cocking companion, the host of the Garter.
By God, with all my heart, he promised to bring me where is Anne Page. By God, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray you follow. Sir Hugh, Caius, Simple, and Rugby exit. Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Robin, followed by Mistress Page.
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You were wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether had you rather lead mine eyes, or I your master's heels?
I had rather, forsooth, go before you like a man, than follow him like a dwarf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Enter Ford.
Well met, Mistress Page. Whither go with you?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
Aye, and as idle as she may hang together for want of company. I think if your husbands were dead, you two should marry.
Be sure of that. 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weathercock?
I cannot tell what the dickens his name is my husband had of him. What do you call your knight's name, sirrah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff.
I can never hit on one's name. There is such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed, she is.
By your leave, sir, I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure, they sleep. He hath no use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 mile as easy as a cannon will shoot point blank 12 score. He pieces out his wife's inclination. He gives her folly, motion, and advantage. And now she's going with my wife and Falstaff's boy with her. A man may hear the shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots they are laid, and our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, pluck the borrowed veil of modesty from the so seeming Mistress Page, divulge Page himself for a secure and willful action, and to these violent proceedings all my neighbors shall cry aim.
A clock strikes.
Clock gives me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff. I shall be rather praised for this man, mocked for it is as positive as the earth is firm that Falstaff is there. I will go.
Enter Page, Shallow, Slender, Host, Sir Hugh Evans, Dr. Caius, and Rugby.
Well met, Master Ford.
Trust me, a good knot. I have good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford. Cousin Slender, you must as well, yes?
I don't have this page.
We've appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
You have, Master Slender. I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
Aye, but God, and the maid is love of me. My nurse quickly tell me so much.
What thieves young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, his eyes of youth, he writes verses, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. He'll carry it, he will carry it. 'Tis in his buttons, he'll carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince and Poins. He is of too high a region. He knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with the finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech you heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. Besides your cheer, you shall have sport, and I will show you a monster. Master Doctor, you shall go. So shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Master Page's.
Shallow and slender exit.
Go home, Jean Rugby. I come anon.
Rugby
my heart.
exits.
I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
The host exits.
I think I shall drink in pipe wine first with him. I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
With you to see
Have with
this
you, see
monster.
this
Have with you
monster.
to see this monster. Yep. They all exit. Act 3, Scene 3. Enter Mistress Ford and Mistress Page.
What John? What Robert?
Quickly, quickly. Use the buck basket.
I warrant. What Robert, I say?
Enter John and Robert with a large buck basket.
Come, come, come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robert, be ready here hard by in the brew house. And when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the Whitsters and Datchet Mead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side.
You will do it?
I had told them over and over, they lack no direction. Be gone, and come back when you are called.
Here comes little Robin.
How now, my Eyas Musket? What news with you?
My master, Sir John, is coming at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little Jacqueline, have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn. My master knows not of your being here, and hath threatened me to put me into the everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou art a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide me.
Do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Mistress Page, remember you your cue.
I warrant thee, if I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross watery pumpion. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Enter Sir John Falstaff.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I have lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate. Mistress Ford, now shall I sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best lord. I would make thee my lady.
I your lady, Sir John. Alas, I should be a pitiful lady.
Let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eye would emulate the diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant, or any tire of a nation in admittance.
A plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well neither.
Thou art a tyrant to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm texture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircle farthingale. I see what thou wert if fortune were thy foe were not, nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it.
Believe me, there's no such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say that thou art this and that, like many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel and smell like buckleblee in simple time. I cannot. I love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Thou mightst as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is hateful to me as the rake of Limekiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Keep that in mind, I'll deserve it.
Nay, I must tell you, so you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Enter Robin.
Mistress Ford! Mistress Ford! Here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
Pray you, do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You are ashamed. You're overthrown. You're undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well a day, Mistress Ford, having an honest man to your husband to give him such cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out upon you. How am I mistaken you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent. To take an ill advantage of his assents? You are undone.
'Tis not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it be not so, that you have such a man here. But 'tis most certain your husband's coming, with half Windsor at his heels, to search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clearly, why, I am glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you. Defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I had rather £1,000 he were out of the house.
For shame! Never stand you had rather, and you had rather your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him? Oh, how have you deceived me? Look here is a basket. If he be on any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw foul linen on top of him as if it were going to bucking, or it is whiting time. Send him by your own 2 men to Datchet Mead.
He's too big to go in there. What shall I do?
Falstaff comes forward.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. Hoil in. Hoil in. Follow your friend's counsel. Hoil in.
What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never.
Falstaff goes into the basket, and they cover him with dirty clothes.
Help to cover your master, boy. Call your men, Mistress Ford. You dissembling knight.
What, John? Robert! John!
Enter Robert and John.
Go, take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the cowstaff? Look how you tremble. Carry them to the laundress in Datchet Mead. Quickly, come.
Enter Ford, Page, Dr. Caius, and Sir Hugh Evans.
Pray you come near. If I suspect without cause, why then make sport at me? Then let me be your jest, I deserve it. How now, whither bear you this?
The laundress.
To the laundress, sir.
Why, what have you to do whither they bear it? You were best meddle with buck-washing.
Buck. I could wash myself of the buck. Aye, buck. I warrant you, buck, and of the season too, it shall appear.
Robert and John exit with the buck basket.
Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight. I'll tell you my dream. Here be my keys. Ascend my chambers, search, seek, find out. I'll warrant will unkennel the fox. Let me stop this way first. So, now uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen. You shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical humors and jealousies.
Bagarre. 'Tis not the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there
Page,
not
Sir Hugh and Caius exit.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not what pleases me better, that my husband is deceived or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I am half afraid he will have need of washing, so throwing him in the water will do him a benefit.
Hang him, dishonest rascal. I would all of the same strain were in the same distress.
I think my husband had some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
I will lay a plot to try that, and we will yet have more tricks for Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey his medicine.
Shall we send that foolish carrion mistress quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We will do it. Let him be sent for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
Enter Ford, Page, Dr. Caius, and Sir Hugh.
I cannot find him. Maybe the knave bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You do yourself mighty wrong, Master Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be any potty in the house, and in the chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
The gardener, I too. There is nobody's.
Fie, Master Ford. Are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I would not ha your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
'Tis my fault, Master Page. I suffer for it.
You suffer per a bad conscience. Your wife is as honest a woman as I would desires among 5,000 and 500 too.
By God, I see 'tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a dinner. Come, walk in the park. I pray you, pardon me. I will hereafter make known to you why I have done this. Come, wife. Come, Mistress Page. I pray you, pardon me. Pray heartedly pardon me.
Mistress Page and Mistress Ford exit.
Let's go in, gentlemen. But trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After, we'll a birding together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything?
If there is one, I shall make 2 in the company.
If there be 1 or 2, I shall make it a 3rd.
Pray you go, Master Page.
Ford and Page exit. I pray you now, remembrance tomorrow on the lousy knave mine host.
That is good, by God, with all my heart.
And lousy knave to have his jibes and his mockeries. They exit. Act 3, Scene 4. Enter Fenton and Anne Page.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore, no more turn me to him, sweet Nan.
Alas, how then?
Why, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these, other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible I should love thee, but as property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven so speed me in my time to come, albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, and yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps and gold, or sums in sealed bags, and 'tis the very riches of thyself that now I aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love, still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest suit cannot attain it, why then hark you hither.
They talk aside. Enter Shallow, Slender, and Mistress Quickly.
Break their talk, Mistress Quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
I'll make a shaft or a bolt on it. Slid, 'tis but venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeard.
Hark ye, Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of vile, ill-favored faults! Looks handsome in 300 pounds a year.
And how does good Master Fenton? Pray you a word with you.
She's coming to her, cuz, so boy, thou hadst the father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you the good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne the jest of how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen, good uncle.
Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
That I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
That I will, come cut in Longtail, under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds jointer.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Marry, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you, cuz. I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? Oh, Tartlings, that's a pretty jest indeed. I never made my will yet. I thank heaven. I am not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what would you with me?
Truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and my uncle hath made motions. If it be my luck, so. If it be my luck, so. If not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. You may ask your father.
Enter Page and Mistress Page.
Oh, here he comes.
Now, Master Slender, love him, daughter Anne. Why, how now? What does Master Fenton here? You wrong me, sir. Thus still to haunt my house, I told you, sir, my daughter is disposed of.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Master Fenton, come not to my child. She is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No, good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow. Come, son Slender. In knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do, perforce against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the colors of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yon fool.
I mean it not. Seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas, I'd rather be set quick in the earth and boiled to death with turnips.
Come, trouble not yourself. Good Master Fenton, I will not be your friend nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, Nan.
Mistress Page and Anne Page exit.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Look on, Master Fenton, this is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight, give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for thy pains.
Now heaven send thee good fortune. A kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart, but yet I would master his mistress Anne, or I would master Slender had her, or, in sooth, I would master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for all three, for so I have promised, and I'll be as good as my word, but speciously for Master Fenton, well, I must of another errand to Sir John Falstaff from my 2 mistresses. What a beast I am to slack it!
She exits. Act 3, Scene 5. Enter Sir John Falstaff.
Bardolph, I say.
Here, sir.
Go fetch me a quart of sack and put toast in it. I have lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal and to be thrown into the Thames. Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered, and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. Splud, the rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies. 15 in the litter. And you may know by my size that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been down, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow. A death and I abhor, for the water swells a man, and what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled. By the Lord, I should have been a mountain of mummy.
Enter Baldolph with cups of sack.
Here's Mistress Quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Come, let me pour some sack into the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Come in, woman.
Enter Mistress Quickly.
By your leave, I cry you mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go brew me a pot of sack finely.
With eggs, sir?
Simple of itself. I'll put no pullet sperm in my brewage. How now?
Marry, sir, I come to your worship with Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford? I have a ford enough. I was thrown into the ford. I have my belly full of ford.
Alas the day, good heart, that was not her fault. She does so not take on with her men. They mistook her for erection.
So did I mine, to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding, and she desires you once more to come to her between 8 and 9. I must carry her word quickly. She'll make you amends, I warrant you.
Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty, and then judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
8 and 9, sir.
Well, begone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
Just quickly exits.
I marvel. I hear not Master Brooke. He sent me word to stay within. I like his money well.
Enter Ford, disguised as Brooke.
Oh, here he comes.
God bless you, sir.
Now, Master Brooke, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Brooke, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Very ill-favouredly, Master Brooke.
How so, sir? Did she change her determination?
No, Master Brooke, but the Peking Cortinato, her husband, Master Brooke, dwelling in the continental arum of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy, and at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth to search his house for his wife's love.
Ah, what, while you were there?
While I was there.
And did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, is intelligent of Ford's approach, and in her invitation and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a book basket.
A book basket?
By the Lord, a book basket. Rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins, and Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
And how long lay you there?
Nay, you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth, and their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear lest the lunatic knave should have searched it, but fate ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on he went for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Brooke. I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether. Next, to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, head to heel, and then to be stopped in like a strong distillation with stank and clothes that fretted in their own grace. Think on that, a man of my kidney. Think of that am subject to hate as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation, and in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stowed in grace like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think on that, hissing hot, think on that, Master Brooke.
In good sadness, sir, I am sorry that for my sake you have suffered all this. My suit, then, is desperate. You'll undertake her no more?
Master Brooke, I will be thrown into Etna as I have been into Thames, ere I leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a birding. I have received from her another embassy of mating. Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour. Master Brooke.
'Tis past 8 already, sir.
It is? Hell then, address me to my appointment. Come to me at your own convenience leisure, and you shall know how I spade, and the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu. You shall have her, Master Brooke. Master Brooke, you shall cuckold Ford.
All staff exits.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake! Awake, Master Ford! There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. This 'tis to be married. This 'tis to have linen and buck baskets. Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take the ledger. He's at my house. He cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse nor into a pepper box. But lest the devil that guides him should aid him, I will search impossible places. Though what I am I cannot avoid, yet to be what I would not shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let the proverb go with me. I'll be horn mad.
Exit Ford. End of Act 3. Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Quickly, and William.
Is he at Master Ford's already, thinkest thou?
Sure he is by this, or he will be presently, but truly he is very courageous, mad about his throwing into the water. Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly.
I'll be with her by and by. I'll but bring my young man here to school. Look, where is Master comes? 'Tis a playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh? No school today?
No, Master Slender is let the boys leave to play.
Blessing of his heart.
Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you, ask him some questions in his accidents.
Come hither, William. Hold up your head. Come.
Come on, Sirrah. Hold up your head. Answer your master. Be not afraid.
William, how many numbers is in nouns?
2.
Truly, I thought there had been one number more because they say old nouns.
Peace your tattlings. What is fair, William?
Polecat.
Polecats? There are fairer things than polecats, sure.
You are a very simplicity, woman. I pray you, peace. What is lapis, William?
A stone.
And what is a stone, William?
A pebble?
No, it is lapis. I pray you, remember in your praying.
Lapis.
That is a good, William. What is he, William, that does lend articles?
Articles are borrowed of the pronoun and be thus declined singulariter nominativo hic hec hoc.
Nominativo hig heg hoc. Pray you, Mark, genitivo hieris. Well, what is your accusative case?
Accusitavo hinc.
I pray you, have your remembrance, child. Accusatavo hang, hang, hag.
Hang hog is Latin for bacon, I warrant you.
Leave your problems open. What is the vocative case, William?
Oh, vocativo, oh.
Remember, William, vocative is carrot.
And that's a good root.
Omen for bear.
Peace.
What is your genitive case, plural, William?
Genitive case?
Aye.
Genitive horum, harum, horum.
Vengeance of Ginny's case. Fee on her, never name her child if she be a whore.
Oh, for shame, woman.
You do ill to teach this child such words. He teaches him to hick and to hack, which they'll do fast enough for themselves, and too called horum. Fie upon you.
Woman, lunatics! Hast thou no understandings for the case and the numbers and the genders? Thou art as foolish Christian creatures as I would desires.
Prithee, hold peace.
Show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns.
Forsooth, I have forgot.
It is qui, que, quad. If you forget your quies and your quays and your quads, you must be preachers. Go your way and play. Go.
He is a better scholar than I thought he was.
He has a good sprag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page.
Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come, we stay too long.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 2. Enter Sir John Falstaff and Mistress Ford.
Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital to a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
What ho, gossip Ford, what ho?
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
Falstaff exits. Enter Mistress Page.
How now, sweetheart? What's home beside yourself?
Why, none but my own people.
Indeed.
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I am so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman? Your husband in his old loons again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married kind, so curses all Eve's daughters of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to this his distemper he is in now. I am glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Oh, none but of him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a basket. Protests to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of this suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here. Now he shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by, At street end. He will be here anon.
I am undone. The knight is here.
Why then you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you! Away with him, away with him. Better shame than murder.
Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him in the basket again?
Enter Sir John Falstaff.
No, I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere I come?
Alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he come. But what make you here?
What shall I do? I'll creep up the chimney.
There they always used to discard their birding pieces.
The kiln hole. Where is it?
He will seek there, on my word, neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for remembrance of such places, and he goes to them by his note. There is no hiding you in the house.
I'll go out then.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John. Unless you go out in disguise.
How might we disguise him?
Alas the day, I know not. There is no woman's gown big enough for him, otherwise he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
Good hearts, devise something, any extremity rather than a mischief.
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brentford, has a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is, and there's her thrumming hat and her muffler. Run up, Sir John.
Go, go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick, quick, we'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown a while.
Falstaff.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brentford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Heaven guide him to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband coming?
Ah, in good sadness, he is. And talks of the basket too. Howsoever he hath had intelligence.
We'll try that, for I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it as they did the last time.
Nay, but he'll be here presently. Let's go dress him like the witch of Brentford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up, I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet. We cannot misuse him enough. We'll leave him a proof, by that which we do, wives may be merry and yet honest too. We do not act that often just and laugh. 'Tis old but true. Still swine eat all the draught.
She exits. Enter Mistress Ford with Robert and John, who bring the buck basket.
Go, sirs, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. If he bid you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
She exits.
Come, come, take it up.
Pray heaven it not be full of night again.
I hope not. I'd at least bear so much lead.
They pick up the basket. Enter Ford, Page, Dr. Caius, Sir Hugh Evans, and Shallow.
Aye, but if it prove true, Master Page, have you any way then to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain.
They put the basket down.
Somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket. Oh, you pendulary rascals. There's a knot, a gang, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. What? Wife, I say, come forth. Behold what honest clothes you send forth to bleaching.
Why, this passes, Master Ford. You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Yeah, why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well, indeed.
So say I too, sir.
Enter Mistress Ford.
Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, the honest woman, the modest wife, the virtuous creature, that hath the jealous fool to her husband. I suspect without cause, mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold it out. Come forth, sirrah.
He pulls clothes out of the basket.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I shall find you anon.
'Tis unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Empty the baskets, I say.
Why, man, why?
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. Why may not he be there again? In my house, I am sure he is. My intelligence is true. My jealousy is reasonable. Pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man.
By my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies.
Well, he's not here. I seek for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Help to search my house for this one time. If I find not what I seek, show no color from my extremity. Let me forever be your table sport. Let them say of me, as jealous as Ford that searched the hollow walnut for his wife's leman. Satisfy me once more. Once more, search with me.
But hold, Mrs. Page. Come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman? What old woman's that?
Why, it's my maid's aunt of Brentford.
A witch, a queen, an old cozening queen. Have I not forbid her at my house? She comes of errands, does she? We are simple men. We do not know what's brought to pass under the profession of fortune-telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such a substaubery as this is beyond our element. We know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag, you. Come down, I say.
Nay, good sweet husband, good gentleman, let him not strike the old woman.
Enter Mistress Page and Sir John Falstaff disguised as an old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, give me your hand.
I'll prat her. Out my door, you witch, you rag, you baggage, you polecat, you runion, out, and I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you.
Falstaff exits.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch.
By yea and no. I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spied a great beard under her muffler.
Will you follow, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy. If I cry out thus upon no trail, never trust me when I open again.
Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Ford, Page, Caius, Sir Hugh, and Shadow exit.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass, that he did not. He beat him most unpitifully, methought.
I'll have the cudgel hallowed and hung o'er the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is, sure, scared out of him. If the devil have him not in free simple, with fine and recovery, he will never, I think, in the ways of waste, attempt us again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we have served him?
Yes, by all means. If it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brain. If they can find in their hearts the poor unvirtuous fat knight shall be any further afflicted, we too will still be the ministers.
I'll warrant they'll have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to this jest should he not be publicly shamed.
Come, to the forge with it then. Shape it. I would not have things cool.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 3. Enter the host and Bardolph.
Sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at court, and they're going to meet him.
What duke should that be come so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English?
Aye, sir. I'll call them to you.
They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll source them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I'll source them. Come.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 4. Enter Page, Master Ford, Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Sir Hugh Evans. 'Tis one of the best discretions of a woman as ever I did look upon.
And did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth, do what thou wilt. I rather will suspect the sun with cold than thee with wantonness. Now doth thy honor stand in him that was of late an heretic, as firm as faith.
'Tis well, 'tis well. No more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offense, but let our plot go forward. Let our wives, yet once again, to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There is no better way than that they spoke of.
How? To send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight. Fie, he'll never come. Ugh.
You say he has been thrown in the river and has been grievously beaten as an old woman. Methinks there should be more terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires.
So think I, too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There's an old tale that goes that Herne the Hunter, sometimes a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time, at still midnight, walk round about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and makes milch-keen yield blood, and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know the superstitious, idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth.
Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of the night to walk by this Herne's oak. What of this?
Marry, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
Well, let it not be doubted, but he'll come, and in this shape when you have brought him thither. What shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise have we thought upon, and thus, Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth will dress like urchins, offals and fairies, green and white, with round and waxen tapers on their heads, and rattlers in their hands. Upon a sudden, as Falstaff, she, and I are newly met, let them from forth a swappet rush at once, with some diffuse song. Upon their sight, we two, in great amazedness, will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch an unclean knight, and to ask him why that honor of fairy revel in their so sacred past he dares to tread in shape profane.
Until he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, dishorn the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
Well, the children must be practiced well to this, or they'll never do it.
Oh, I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also to burn the night with my taper.
That will be excellent. I'll go buy them wizards.
My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in robe of white.
That silk will I go by. And in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Iton. Go, send to Falstaff straight.
Nay, I'll to him again in the name of Brooke. He'll tell me all his purpose. Sure, he'll come.
Fear not you that. Go get us properties and tricking for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries. Page, Ford, and Sir Hugh exit.
Go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John to know his mind.
Mistress Ford exits.
I'll to the doctor. He hath my goodwill, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor is well moneyed, and his friends potent at court. He, none but he, shall have her. Thought 20,000 worthiers come to crave her.
She exits. Act 4, Scene 5. Enter the host of the Garter and Simple.
What wouldst thou have, boar? What, thick skin? Speak, breathe, discuss, brief, short, quick, snap.
Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Go knock and call. He'll speak like an anthropophagian unto thee. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone up into his chamber. I'll be so bold as stay, sir, till she come down. I come to speak with her, indeed.
Ha! A fat woman? The knight may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight, bully Sir John, speak from thy lungs, military. Art thou there? It is thine host, thine Ephesian calls.
How now, mine host?
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honourable. Fie! Privacy, fie!
Enter Sir John Falstaff.
There was, mine host, an old fat woman, even now with me, but she's gone.
Pray you, sir, was not the wise woman of Brentford?
I marry, was it? Muscle shell, what would you with her?
My master, sir, my master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through the streets, to know, sir, whether one nim, sir, that beguiled him of a chain, had the chain or no.
I spake with the old woman about it.
And what says she, I pray, sir?
Mary, she says that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender with his chain cozened him of it.
I would I could have spoken with the woman herself. I had other things to have spoken with her too from him.
What are they? Let us know.
I may not conceal them, sir.
Conceal them, or thou diest.
Why, sir, they were nothing but about Mistress Anne Page, to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
'Tis his fortune.
What, sir?
To have her or no. Go. Say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Oi, sir, like who more bold?
I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these tidings.
Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Oi, that there was, mine host. One that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Enter Bardolph.
Out, alas, sir. Cousinage, mere cousinage.
Where be my horses? Speak well of them, Voletto.
Run away with the cousiners, for so soon as I came beyond Eton, they threw me off from behind, one of them, in a slough of mire, and set spurs it away, like 3 German devils, like 3 Dr. Faustuses.
They are gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Do not say they be fled. Germans are honest men.
Enter Sir Hugh Heavens. Where is mine host?
What is the matter, sir?
Have the care of your entertainments. There is a friend of mine come to town tell me there is 3 cousin Germans that has cozened all the hosts of Reddings, of Maidenhead, of Colnbrook, of horses and money. I tell you for goodwill, look you are wise and full of jibes and valuting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Fare you well. He exits.
Where is mine host Jater?
Here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma.
I cannot tell what is that. But it is telling me is that you make grand preparation for a Duke de Germany. By my troth, there is no Duke, that the court is not to come. I tell you for goodwill. Adieu.
Hue and cry, villain, go. Assist me, knight, I am undone. Fly run, hue and cry, villain, I am undone.
I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and baten too. If it should come to the heir of the court, how I have been transformed, and how my transformations hath been washed and cudgelled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop, and liquor fishermen's boats with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wets till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primrose. Well, if my wind were but long enough, I would repent.
Enter mistress quickly.
How? Whence come you?
From two parties, forsooth.
The devil take the one party, and his damn the other, and so they shall both be bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more for the villainous inconsistency of man's disposition is able to bear.
And have they not suffered? Yes, I warrant suspiciously one of them. Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue that you cannot see a white spot about her.
What? Tellest thou me of black and blue? I was baiting myself into the colours of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brentford. But that my amiable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me, the knave constable had sent me in the common stocks for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter will say somewhat. Good hearts, what ado here to bring you together? Sure one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so crossed.
Come up into my chamber.
They exit. Act 4, Scene 6. Enter Fenton and the host of the Garter.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all.
Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose, and, as I am a gentleman, I give thee 100 pounds in gold more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will, at the least, keep your counsel.
From time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair Anne Page, who mutually hath answered my affection, so far forth as herself might be her chooser. Even to my wish I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at, the mirth whereof so larded with my matter that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host, tonight at Hearn's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. The purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, even strong against that match, and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away while the other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery, where a priest attends, straight marry her. To this her mother's plot, she, seemingly obedient, likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now, thus it rests. Her father means that she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time, take her by the hand and bid her go. She shall go with him. Her mother hath intended, the better to denote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and vizarded, that quaint in green she shall be loosed and robed, with ribbons pendants flaring about her head, and when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she to deceive? Father or mother?
Both, my good host, to go along with me, and here it rests. that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church, twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying, to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband, your device. I'll to the vicar. Bring you the maid, you shall not lack a priest.
So shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make a present recompense.
They exit. End of Act 4. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Sir John Falstaff and Mistress Quickly.
Prithee, no more prattling. Go, I'll hold. This is the third time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away, go. They say there is divinity in odd numbers, neither in nativity, chance, or death. Away.
I'll provide you a chain and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say. Time wears. Hold up your head and mince.
Mistress Quickly exits. Enter Master Ford, disguised as Brooke.
How now, Master Brooke? Master Brooke, the matter will be known tonight or never. Be you in the park about midnight at Hearn's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Went you not to her yesterday, sir, as you told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Brooke, as you see, like a poor old man. But I came from her, Master Brooke, like a poor old woman. That same knave, Fard, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Brooke, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he bait me grievously in the shape of an old woman, for in the shape of a man, Master Brooke, I feared not Goliath in the weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me, and I'll tell you, Master Brooke, since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top, I knew not what 'twas to be baiten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you of strange of this knave Fard, on whom tonight I will be revenged, but I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow. Strange things in hand, Master Brooke. Follow.
They exit. Act 5, Scene 2. Enter Page, shallow and slender.
Come, come. We'll couch at the castle ditch till we see the lights of our fairies. Remember, son slender, my...
Hi, forsooth. I have spoke with her, and we have a nay word how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, Mum. She cries, budget. And by that, we know one another.
Oh, that's good too. But what needs either your mum or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It hath struck 10 o'clock.
The night is dark. Light and spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away. Follow me.
Exit. Act 5, Scene 3. Enter Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Dr. Caius.
Master Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you see your time, take her by the band, away with her to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know what I have to do. Adieu.
Fare you well, sir.
Dr. Caius exit.
My husband will not rejoice so much as the abuse of Falstaff, as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. But 'tis no matter. Better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now and her troop of fairies and the Welsh devil, Hugh?
They are all crouched in a pit hard by Hearn's Oak, with obscure lights, which at the very instant of Falstaff and our meeting, they will at once display to the knight.
That cannot choose but amaze him.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
We'll betray him finally.
against such lewdsters and their lechery. Those that betray them do no treachery.
The hour draws on. To the oak, to the oak.
They exit. Act 5, Scene 4. Enter Sir Hugh Evans and the children disguised like him as fairies. Trib, trib, fairies, come and remember your parts. Be bold, I pray you. Follow me into the pit, and when I give the watchwords, do as I bid you. Come, come, trib, trib. They exit. Act 5, Scene 5. Enter Sir John Falstaff, wearing a buck's head.
The Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, love, thou wast a bull for thy love, Europa. Love set on thy horns, O powerful love, that in some respects makes the beast a man, in some other a man a beast. You were also Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. O omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast. O Jove, a beastly fault, and then another fault in semblance of a fowl. Think on it, Jove, O foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I am here in Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cold rut time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow?
Enter Mistress Page and Mistress Ford.
Who comes here, my doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear, my male dear?
My doe with the black scut, let the sky rain potatoes, let it thunder to the tune of grain slaves. Hail kissing comfits and snow ergones, let the come a tempest of provocation, and will deliver me here.
Mistress Page has come with me, sweetheart.
Divide me like a bribed buck, each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horn shall bequeath your husband's. I am a woodman, ha! Speak I like Herne the hunter. Why now is Cupid a child of conscience? He makes restitution, as I am a true spirit welcome.
Alas! Alas, what noise?
Heaven forgive our sins.
Oh, what should this be?
Away, away.
The two women run off.
I thank the devil will not be have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Enter Mistress Quickly, Pistol, Sir Hugh Evans, Anne Page, and all the children disguised as fairies and carrying tapers.
Always black, gray, green, and white, you moonshine revelers and shades of night, you orphan heirs of fixed destiny, attend your office and your quality. Crier, hobgoblin, make the fairy oys. Elves, list
your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket, to the chimneys shalt thou leap. Where fires thou find'st unraked and hearths unswept, there pinch the maids as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch. No man their works must I.
There's Bede, go you, and where you find a maid, that ere she sleep hath thrice her prayer said, raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she as sound as careless infancy, but those as sleep and think not on their sins, pinch them, arms, legs, back, shoulders, sides, and chins.
About, search Windsor Castle, elves within and out. Strew good luck oaths on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom.
Doom in state as wholesome as in state as fit.
Worthy the owner and the owner it, the several chairs of order. Look, you scour with juice of balm and every precious flower. For if each fair installment coat and several crest, with loyal blazon evermore be blessed. And nightly meadow fairies, look you sing, like to the garter's compass in a ring. The expressure that bears, green it be, fertile flesh than all the field to see, and hoin soin quack mal y pants right, in emerald tufts flowered purple, blue, and white, like sapphire, pearl, and rich embroidery, buckled below fair knighthood's bending knee. Fairies use flowers for their charactery. Away, disperse! But till's 1 o'clock, our dance of custom round about the oak of Erne the hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you look in hand, yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworm shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay! I smell a man of Middle Earth.
Heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me into a piece of cheese.
Vile worm, thou wast o'erlooked even in thy birth.
With trial fire touch me his finger end. If he be chaste, the flame will back descend, and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
A trial, come.
Come, will this wood take fire?
Oh!
Corrupt and tainted in desire, about him, fairies, sing a scornful rhyme, and as you trip, still pinch him to your time.
Unsinful fantasy. Fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire, fed in heart whose flames aspire, as thou thoughts to blow them higher and higher. Pinch him, fairies, mutually, pinch him for his villainy. Pinch him, and burn him, pinch him and turn him about, till candles and stars and moonshines be out. A noise of hunting is made within, and all the fairies run away from Falstaff, who puts off his buck's head and rises up. Enter Page, Mistress Ford, and Ford.
Nay, do not fly! I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herney, the hunter, serve your turn?
I pray you come, hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives? See you these husbands? Do not these fairy yokes become the forest better than the town?
Now, sir, who's a cuckold now? Master Brooke, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldy knave. Here are his horns, Master Brooke. And Master Brooke, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Brooke. His horses are arrested for it, Master Brooke.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you my dear.
I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass.
Aye, and an ox too. Both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 times in the thought they were not fairies, and yet the guiltless of my mind and sudden surprise of my powers drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all, rhyme and reason that they were fairies. Say now how wit may be made lack or a jack-o'-lent when 'tis spent ill employment.
Sir John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you. I think that would be great words by Fairy Hugh.
And leave your jealousies too, I pray you.
I will never mistrust my wife again till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross overreaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh coat too? Shall I be or have a coxcomb of phrase? 'Tis time I were choked with a pace of toasted cheese.
Seas is not good to give putter. Your pelly is all putter.
Says and Potter, have I lived to stand in the taunt of one that makes fretters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
Why, Sir John, do you think though we would have the virtue out of our hearts by the head and shoulders, and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that ever the devil could have made you our delight?
What? A hodge pudding, a bag of flax?
A puffed man?
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails.
And one that is as slanderous as Satan?
And as poor as Job.
And as wicked as his wife.
And given to fornications, and to taverns, and sack, and wine, and metheglins, and to drinkings, and swearings, and starings, pripples and prapples.
Well, I am your thame. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Marry, sir, will bring you to Windsor to one Master Brooke, that you have cozened of money, to whom you should have been a pander. Over and above that you have suffered, I think to repay that money will be a biting affliction.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is, by this, Dr. K is wife.
Enter Slender.
Sorry. What page are we on?
199.
Thank you. I got lost. All right. Whoa, ho, ho, Father Page.
Son, how now? How now, son? Have you dispatched?
Dispatched? I'll make the best in Gloucester, no honest. Would I were hanged, else.
Of what, son?
I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lovely boy. If I had not been in the church, I would have swinged him, or he should have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, would I might never stir. And 'tis a postmaster's boy.
On my life, then you took the wrong.
What need you tell me that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him for all he was in woman's apparel, I would not have had him.
Why, this is your own folly. Did not I tell you you should know my daughter by her garments?
I went to her in white and cried, Mum. And she cried, Budget. And Anne I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Good George, be not angry. I knew of your purpose, turned my daughter into green, and indeed she is now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
Where is Mistress Page? Bagarre, I am cousin. I am married un garçon. A boy! Un paisan, bagarre, a boy! It is not Anne Page, bagarre, I am cousin.
Why, did you take her in green?
Aye, bagarre, and 'tis a boy, bagarre. I'll raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who has got the right N?
Enter Fenton and Page.
My heartless gives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father. Good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with Master Doctor, maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully, when there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offense is holy that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience or unduteous title, since therein she doth evitate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
Stand not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love the heavens themselves do guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you have ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrows hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of dare are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us everyone go home, and laugh this sport o'er by a country fire. Sir John and all.
Let it be so, Sir John. To Master Brooke, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford.
Thank you all for joining us for the Merry Wives of Windsor. We'd like to once again thank all of the actors who have volunteered to read this evening. We'd like to thank Master Shakespeare for guiding us through this play. We'd like to thank a lot of people. While you're out there surfing the web, and let's face it, you're stuck at home, what else are you going to do? Feel free to visit our website, zenithplayers.com. Check out our very attractive donations page if you want more information on this totally volunteer organization, including how to be involved in a reading like this one. Head to our Facebook page, Zenith Players, or send an email to casting@zenithplayers.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. We want to continue to express our support and thanks to all of those out there who are fighting to keep us all safe so that we are able to keep doing this. We appreciate everything you do. Join us next Saturday evening when we present All's Well That Ends Well. Monday, when we give you part 2 of The Hound of the Baskervilles. And keep tuning in to see what else we bring for you. Thank you and good night.